so I decided I needed to get a daytime job. So I worked for Select Staff. And I worked there a whole 6 weeks. So I was in the office one day, and being in sales, you want to do things yourself because that's the only way you're going to learn is yourself. And Chris was going to come with me on an appointment, and I was hoping he'd let me do it by myself. And she walked in. I remember it was a small, long room with computers, right?
Yep.
And I don't know why I asked you if you thought you would let me go out by myself.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to do it myself because I knew what it was, and seriously, I didn't like how he presented things. And what happened?
I had worked on starting Select Staff, and so I was coming in to check on the office on that day, and that's where I met Sue. We didn't even say names. And then about a year later,
No, it wasn't.
no, not even a year, a couple months later, I got a job at the YWCA, and we were looking for someone who could do job placement of people. And I said, well, I remember this lady, Perky, because our boss at that time, CJ, wanted someone who had a little life in her to be a part of the program. And I said, well, I know a lady. And CJ said, and what's her name? I says, I don't know, but I'll find out.
Good selling point. I know her, she can do it.
I says,
Good thing she trusted you.
Yeah. Hey. So I called up at Select Staff to see if they knew what I was talking about, and if, I says, this was this little lady, perky lady.
Little lady.
And they said, oh yeah, she left because she wasn't making enough money. And I went, oh, and I thought, oh, well, she needed, they said, more stable income because of her daughter. And I said, okay. So I says, can you give me your number? And they said, oh, sure. So they gave it to me. And we pulled you in for an interview. And she was hired.
And the saga starts.
Yes. Oh, man.
So you've known my mother since 1989?
89.
Before
Me?
89.
1987.
1987.
That's when I started at CFWA.
That's when my freshman this year were born.
You and I were in 89 or 90.
89.
Yeah, because it was like a couple of years later that we were.
Because I started my job at the Y on May 1st of 89. I'll never forget
Yeah,
that.
and I started like September. You were there a couple months before.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget when she left CFWA. I would come out of my office and stand and look towards the end of the hallway to say something to Eileen, and she wasn't there. And I don't know for how many days I did that. I was so heartbroken. I go, she left for good reason. This is a good move for her, but I missed her like crazy.